Hi, welcome everyone. This is Glenda
Hi.
Dawson, and I have Eric Huysmans and the Council of Nine here with us. Welcome, Eric and Council.
Hi. Hi.
So I'm hoping that you've had a good week, and
I did.
yeah, so you guys are right this moment 6 hours in advance, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So thank you for doing this, being so late over there. And I appreciate that, and I'm sure all the powers that be appreciate it also. Okay, I am ready whenever.
Okay. The only thing I know, we're going to switch back and forth from all kinds of angles. I forgot her name yesterday.
Jasmine.
Jasmine, thank you. Jasmine wants to ask and to say something, but it's not, of course, Jasmine 3D, but somewhere higher. So
Okay.
let's start there.
All right. I believe that Jasmine has been requesting help after our previous session with a letter to send out to the people that she needs to send this letter to, that will hopefully open their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get the message straight, it is the Archangel Gabriel who's going to help her,
Mm-hmm.
along with one of her higher up selves.
Yeah.
I believe it's like level 12.
Yeah, angel level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what I think is, and that we didn't want to discuss Council of Nine here, is she needs to download a kind of manifest. And let's call it an angel-like manifest. And it will be several pages, and that will be a start for her and for us, for you, not specific Eric, but in that area, to start the project on, as we stated yesterday, an angel-like process. You should try to find out together with you, together with Jasmine and some other people. And I see there a class or something. You because okay, I will deviate. You're giving classes now. You do, eh? Okay. Is there any intent to work with angel energy classes?
Yes.
Is there any intent there?
Yes, I have actually an Archangel class starting mid-July.
Okay. Okay. So that's, you need that manifest in that class. So ask Jasmine to, doesn't have to be finished, but start with 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, and that is the lead for your class.
Okay. Okay.
And there is, you have already subscribers or not?
I have only one at this moment that I know of.
Okay, is that a young lady?
Yes, it is a young lady.
Okay, so she is central in that class, meaning the manifest, Jasmine, you, angels. So there will be first a deep dive with a few people, but it will grow to a national, worldwide approach very soon, by September, meaning, again, we got that Kevin guide also together with that, and that will be escalating some stuff. So just to remind you that you need that manifest, that you ask Jasmine to write that manifest together with you or whatever, that's up to you, how you get it downloaded. But that's the first message.
Okay.
And I think Gabriel slash Jasmine Angel wants to elaborate on that now.
Okay. It is time to show humanity that archangels are not only as they limit us, that we can do much, much more, and we have always been here to help humanity. This is the time that it is best for people to open up and to allow the archangels, the angelic realm in general, to help them. This is one of our duties. Our duties are not as limited as people think or have been told. We can help, we can guide, we can help you create, we can give you the tools for you to use to create the reality that you wish.
Okay, elaborating on that. What they're telling me, what the normal relationship with angels and humans is, we ask advice and we ask manifestations of the highest angel possible. Can you please do this? Can you please heal that? As from mid of July and up to Glenda and whomever is in the meeting and in the class, it should be also a two-way system, meaning we will ask stuff knowing that you need it, but you have to exactly do the work, and that it's not that you have to struggle for that. You have to get in a deep and intense cooperation with us. And that's the two-way system we would like to start in mid-July.
Okay. And my course is to give them that opportunity and the tools for the humans on this side to be able to understand their downloads from the angels and the request of the angels, and to give them the tools to then be a two-way street. So it'd be a lot easier communication, a lot easier to work with, and it isn't a one-way, scale. It isn't going this way. It's an even scale. Balance.
And there is a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of discussion we will need to go through. but then again, we start mid-July and we go from there. And whether Eric, you need Eric, or you need Jasmine or whomever, or you need that lady, because that lady, young lady, will not need much teaching support, yes, but teaching, no. And then you can start building your so-called business, and it will escalate rather quickly.
Okay.
And I then think Gabriel wants to have a short say, and that's it.
Okay. Oh, okay. In my notes for the class, he is showing me where to go and where to emphasize. She. So I am taking note of that. And one of the parts is to allow people to start channeling that particular archangel.
Yeah.
That we study.
Yeah. And indeed, Gabriel has asked one specific angel to come forward. Maybe you have his name already, but it is not important right now. But in the class, he will the main teacher of the class, so to speak. Just that you know that, and he will coordinate both the class and the evolution of your class.
Okay. More than welcome. Okay, I see Gabriel standing back now.
Okay. If correct, you will need a bigger room by September.
Oh, that'd be good. I got rooms that connect, so I could just stand in halfway there.
Okay. Because we popped it in Eric's mind, but because Eric doesn't even have no clue how the classroom or the rooms look like, of course. Okay. Second subject.
Yes.
What you need to do with Kevin is you have to study, because it's a council of 8, it's not a council of 9, but we need to study the 8 different beings / energies, meaning they have been chosen very carefully for the task that it's approaching. So without knowing who they are, I think 1 or 2 or 3 are coming now forward and want to say something.
All right. I have one that's DAS or jazz, something like that. It's not coming in really clear.
We'll look it up later. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And he appears to me very curly, longer hair. But very strong. And he is kind of like the one that steps in front to protect everyone else.
Yes.
So he goes through the crowd, separates the crowds, I mean, for intense purposes. He's that real intense energy that arrives first.
Yeah, the moderator. Yeah.
Right.
And he's approaching, and he's, in my perspective, he is taking the mic, literally. And something like he just wants to emphasize or to give us a first clue or how they want to communicate with us. So through him, because he looks the most humanoid, I think, from the 8. The rest is less familiar. And he's starting with, "Hi, folks," something like that. And so he's really addressing a general cloud, radio station, that kind of thing. So he's just giving us clues or images, and it doesn't have to be spoken out loudly at this moment, but for your memory, Glenda, so how he sees things, how the things should start. And again, so a report on that. So he's giving you to this, is giving you suggestions.
Right. One of the suggestions is a combined meeting. And with Kevin and us and whoever else. And he's showing me that they will talk through Kevin, but also talk to the Council of 9. And they are basically, it is basically the same thing. There's one member that is not part of the Council of 8 that is like a protection.
Okay.
So, or one that keeps an eye on things. Maybe a moderator, I'm not sure, but there is one that is not counted on the Council of 8, which would then make it 9. So.
Okay, and that's the difference. I see it is a kind of protector, is how do we call it in English? Is the one behind the curtains.
Right. Right. He's the one that just keeps an eye on everything, makes sure everything is running smooth and everything is running correct.
Yeah.
Now I do see that okay, he just took me there. He took me to a craft where we're going to meet the 9 here, the 8 and the one behind the curtain here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a round table. And then the humans are going to be in between.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very large round table.
Yeah.
And then this is where a lot of the planning and a lot of what will be next and what will be taught.
Yeah.
Will come in.
Yeah, and again, so for the viewers, we're giving those images to Glenda, because Glenda, you will be talking to Kevin on several occasions, and now you have already some images that you can go through. Is that, Kevin, I got this, is that okay for you? That kind of thing. So we're giving you a heads up for what's to come.
Right.
Number 4 of 8 wants to talk. It's a smaller being.
Okay. just to let everyone know you signed up for this. We agreed upon this a long, long time ago. And it is now time. It is now time. We will, all of us together, be here to do this and embrace all those that are willing to take this ride, to do these exercises, to do these sessions, whether in a big group or whether in a small one-on-one. This is the time. He's stepping back now. I'm saying the he, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay. The funny thing is, on my perspective, he was talking to me in ET language, so I couldn't understand him. And he just said something like, "Get used to it," something like that.
Yeah, I believe he pronounced it this way. He bolaya yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, what the fuck are you talking about?"
That's why it takes me a little bit sometimes because they
Yeah.
and I'm like going, okay, wait, does it mean what does it mean? Oh yes, okay.
Okay.
I gotta do this translating.
Yeah, my translator was off. I don't know why.
Yeah, sometimes
But
I
it
don't.
was deliberate. And so they didn't want to translate it for me. And I said, okay, why? Okay.
Yeah, maybe because I was translating it.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Okay.
There's going to be a time where I will be like, what?
They're just saying, okay, there is a reason behind it, but don't freak out. And the main thing for Eric is it's not. He needed to hear it from Glenda, meaning we don't have to tell it twice. Meaning, I will tell it through Eric, I will tell it to Glenda. No, one is enough. That kind of thing.
Okay.
We focus on one guy or girl and not on two. Okay, that's it, I think, for Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will not, for privacy reasons, I will not speak her name, but we talked about that decade lady friend.
Uh-huh.
And she wants to talk, or at least a higher essence of her, and she would like to first to apologize. She's nagging me. She's nagging me for a decade now, not to put things down or making that there is something has to been made a mistake, but she can understand our or your, Eric, your perspective of saying, okay, what are you trying to reach? So that's it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. The her higher self is basically let me see. She wants to apologize for all of the discomfort that she may have cost or she's basically taking accountability for the lower self, everything that the lower self has done or not done. It is within her to do what she needs to do. She is just at this very moment doesn't feel confident enough. Sometimes she feels that it's like, why me? I don't deserve this.
Okay.
But I think that, you understand the rest.
Yeah. But still, that's a comment of Eric. In a way, he understands that it's meant to be like this. And although there is some discomfort, he still understands that it has to be like this, and there is nothing wrong. Everything is according to plan. And maybe the answer is not satisfactory to him, but one day he will understand.
Okay, somebody just said, everybody has to come out at their own time.
Yep.
There's a timeline, even though there is no time here, but there is a timeline that step 1 and step 2 and step 3 have to take place before step 4 and step 5 and step 6.
Yeah.
So even though the preparations have been there and the foundations have been set, the houses cannot go up.
Yeah.
In any order. It has to be in the proper order.
Yeah. And then for Eric, we will not give him a timing for the normal and common reasons, but again, and maybe Glenda can elaborate on that, we are still straight and exactly on track.
Yes. What I am hearing is basically, it is not a race. There is no reason to run. It is step by step by step, and everything will fall into place that way. If you run, there'll be steps that you might forget to take.
And just for Eric's sake, she loves you. Because of the discomfort, maybe words are said or actions are done, they said that there is doubt. Know that there is on their side no doubt.
At that moment, things are said that are not ever meant to be said, because they're not reality. Just their self-defense goes up.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Are there questions?
Well, I'm getting an answer. And the answer I'm getting is that there's a lot of people in pain at this very moment. And the higher beings are asking me to express that the people who are in pain to start reaching out, that they have to practice their free will, and their free will is being accomplished by reaching out, whether you're reaching out to Eric, reaching out to me, They need to reach out so then they can find peace, find the peace that they're looking for. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They are at this very moment going through a lot. And it is time to gather the community together, combine them. They're all there. Just a matter of reaching out.
Okay, and what I'm getting, and you have to help me here because I don't understand it quite. First, I got two separate things. First, I see a kind of light brown area or energy where we can tap into when those people are approaching us and we don't have a direct answer that we can refer to. Okay, please go there. And the second thing is when people are approaching you, most of them don't need straight healing, but need answers, comfort, explanation, that kind of thing. So don't think that people who are approaching you are in pain. They are more confused emotionally than they are confused physically.
Yes, I did see that ball of energy. Ball of energy actually, to me, is what people call God.
Okay.
And it is all different colors, just changes colors. And it has a beautiful radiancy around it. It's very radiant, very it's like waves of energy around it. And just going all around. And the answers are all there.
Okay. Jesus or Christ consciousness, that kind of energy is stepping forward.
It's consciousness, yes. There are many like me who need to walk and spread the positive energy that is around. And allow humanity to see that there is only one, that we are all part of one. I'm also getting, Eric, I'm getting somebody else coming in.
Yeah.
Council.
No, it's Maria Magdalene, I think.
Okay, Mary Magdalene, okay.
And she is approaching you, Glenda, specifically for something again, mid-July. I think you know what is to be expected. And she needs you to push on a kind of intention button slightly beyond mid-July. So we're talking 17, 18, 19 of July. You know exactly where it is about. and she's asking you whether you are ready and willing to do that.
Of course. I've always answered the call since before the age of 2.
Then she's just preparing you. It is coming. You know it was coming. You want it to happen that. So she said, okay, we're putting all elements in the tube, and the tube will surface shortly after mid of July. Okay. We are going to timelining between the 4th and the 6th of August. Same subject.
Okay.
Just again acknowledging that a timeline is running, and you don't need to explain anything, nor to Eric, nor to the viewers.
Yes. Perfect timeline.
4th, September the 4th. It might be the 5th. Again, you know exactly what will happen.
Okay.
Questions concerning that timeline? You can talk in code if you want.
I'm seeing that they answer my question real quick. I'm seeing the steps that will lead to that moment and that timeline. And I am seeing what, as they have always done for me, giving me all the steps leading up to it. And then I know that there's like a day or two and then boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so.
Yeah. And then look at 15, 16, and the 17th of August. That are, so to speak, how do you call it? Comments on the timeline. Extra input. Nothing will happen, but we see, okay?
Yes, I can see that there's, well, the part I can say there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a celebration at that moment.
Okay.
It's a lot of laughter, a lot of gathering.
Okay, we can continue, and the only thing we can say is the 1st of October and the 4th of October. Again, you know exactly what it is about. And there, it's just a meaning, we can give you an estimate up till that period. After that, that is rearranging the deck chairs of the Titanic, meaning that's where the timeline gets blurry, and that has to be decided when we are close to October.
Right. Well, it's more like it depends if how things get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And who did what and what happened.
And who didn't do what.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, if not questions, okay, you have 2 or 3 or even 4 minor questions. We will not ask Eric to look at it. You just look at it because they are minor, and you just get them in.
Okay. Just one. Okay, that was easy question, easy answer, quick. Basically, they said for me to write it down.
Okay.
Question 2. They're being funny. To put it in my phone with an alarm. They're really being funny.
Okay, and then we change the subject. First, we will talk about the subject, and then we have first a break, but for the viewers. Although we are giving personal and private information to Glenda and Eric, this is the way we spoke of. The angel energies want to cooperate with us, meaning they can see the timelines, they can see the intentions, and they can provide all input. But it's not up to the human to change the timeline, to discuss the timeline. Although everything is debatable, that's not the case, but we want to give an example without giving any content, that timelines are there and everyone, each individual, can go to the content of the timeline, but under the suspicion of the guidance of angels, archangels, or whatever, or seraphims. We don't care, but that's the basic cooperation we would like to start tomorrow. Meaning you can ask anything you want, but you should be open to receive the answer that is right for you and not the one that is requested by you. But first we have a break and then we continue in that subject.
Yeah, they're being very funny. They showed me a basket with a whole bunch of different things, little pieces of paper.
Okay.
And they said, "Oh, pick one." So I picked one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it said whatever. And they're like, "Pick another one." And I'm like, "It's the same thing." They're like, "Yeah, you can't change it. This is what's best." I'm like, "All right, just tell me."
Yeah, and so we can go there, meaning, okay, so you have the pool of choices, which is your basket, and you can pull out what you want to know, but the paper you are unfolding is written already, or at least most of it.
Right.
So it is not that you are the victim of that timeline or that matrix. You wrote that matrix. So the paper you're picking up is part of your plan. So now thinking that you want to change that plan from the human perspective is not a bad idea. It's an impossible idea. Meaning, how do you get again? The dice are thrown or whatever.
Gambling?
No, meaning it's set.
It said, yeah, it's said already.
Yeah.
The, which we did it. I mean, we did it before we came down here. That was our, oh, I want to do this. And yes, I signed up for that. Yep, I agreed to that.
Yeah, and again, and that's a debate we will have to go through a billion times. That humanity keeps pulling the blame on God, and so we are part of God as angels do God's work. That they say, why are you doing that to me? There is no victimizing. There is no bad planning. And there is no non-agreement.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We're given opportunities to creating the ability to fulfill that agreement that we did before we arrived. It is up to us. That's where the free will comes, where people don't quite understand is how, which opportunity you're going to take and how you're going to take it, or how you're going to allow it to happen. They're still playing games up there. Anyway, I have discovered archangels have a great sense of humor.
Okay.
They're when they can, they do joke around, pranksters, which is okay. I think it raises my vibrations when I laugh because they pulled something funny. So, yeah. So it's just a matter of, you want to resolve section A or part A, and here are your choices of how you can solve part A. It could be very easy, it could be a little harder, it could be a lot harder. It could be like you feeling like the whole world is caving in on you, and then you choose. You choose your perspective and how to get there. And choose the road to get there.
And then again, and that's the purpose of these sessions we are doing with the Council of Nine, is you always have a choice. And we are moving to conscious evolution. So understand, and that's the basic thing we want to emphasize here as our cooperation humans, angels.
Mm-hmm.
Every choice that we will make should and is a conscious choice. Mm-hmm. And humanity is learning that from now on, if you choose this path we are discussing, a conscious choice is a happy choice.
Mm-hmm.
Because you chose for it, and because you chose it, pain will subside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to, or someone wants to talk about that more, or just check?
clarify, when you get a choice and you take that particular choice, you have different choices in front of you. Your pain will subside, but it will subside faster because you have empowered yourself to go into that direction and you have taken those steps. It has not been taken for you. So you learn to let go of the pain because you empowered yourself to let go of it. You empowered yourself to, in a way, take control of your life, which then makes the human side extremely happy. And that is where the choice is. You will always have choices. You always have choices, whether you go to the left or the right or forward, straight forward, or go backwards. You always have choices. If you decide to actually take the step and take that choice, that's when you empower yourself. And that is when you become much happier and realize that you can let go of that pain.
And for instance, when you go to Disneyland, Disney World, or a theme park, the conscious choice is when you are stepping into a roller coaster or whatever kind of amusement device, you step in that carriage because you want to be excited, you want to be entertained, and you want to be, Eric is not finding the correct word,
Stimulated?
no, it is that you don't know the result. So meaning
Excited.
I will quickly look it up. No, I don't count. Excited meaning you don't know what is coming. And that's why you stepped into a roller coaster, because you go up and you get nervous, but you know why you get nervous, because there will be a big fall and you said, oh, what will happen? What will happen? So you are asking for the unknown. And the unknown is the excitement. So not knowing what's going to happen is a conscious choice. And you step into that carriage because you want to be confronted with the unknown, and you call that pleasure, fun. And that's how life is built. Life is built for your excitement, for your exploration, and never to disappoint you, nor to hurt you. Yeah.
Very well put. Yes.
Okay, you wanted to add something?
At this moment, what I am getting is that they're asking, when you make that choice with enthusiasm, because it will bring you much more joy. And when you make those choices, if you make it, you'll come out having fun. If you don't make it, it will stay stagnant and you will not get out of that roller coaster. You will just continuously go up and down, but never arriving to the final destination, which then will be the rush of that that happy moment, that burst of acknowledgement that you're out of that unhappiness or out of that pain. And then you will just get adrenaline, and your whole body will then physically, mentally, whichever body it is, will receive what it needs to feel that happy emotion.
And that's where the debate starts
Mhm,
from mid-July, when we sit together and said, okay, we bought a ticket to the theme park.
mhm,
You want to have fun. So you have all those devices where you can put yourself into,
mhm,
but you are never pushed
mhm,
to use one or to be, you're never pushed to be into one. And you said, okay, what do you like as a child? What device do you want to play with?
mhm,
And that discussion, we are starting from mid-July for anyone who wants,
mhm,
because again, it's a debate, it's a discussion, it's an agreement, it's fun,
mhm,
and you are never pushed towards something you dislike.
mhm,
You go to an amusement park and you say, I want to do this. If you think you will get ill in someone, you just can ask your guide, your angel, your timeline. He said, oh, I don't want to go there. I want to have another option. And every option is possible.
mhm.
Nothing is written in stone. Only the ticket you bought already.
Exactly. Possibilities are there. Many possibilities are there. It is up to you to have the fun and how you're going to have it.
And then we end up here with the repeat that you bought a ticket for Earth, you bought a ticket for this amusement park,
Mhm,
and everything is debatable, and you should debate it, but you should debate it, choose it, do it, be it consciously.
mhm,
And that is the step we are doing with those discussions we are having now. We will have, and we are having with you in the future, but also in your sleep. And we will send you all images possible for you to understand it's your call and you are free.
mhm.
Okay, you have the last say.
Okay, I am getting a voice I've never heard before.
Okay.
And I am just getting that it is like the rush of buying a ticket to lottery. You go buy the ticket hoping to win. It is up to the numbers whether what number comes out.
Mhm.
So You already bought those tickets. Those tickets are already placed there. It is up to you what you do with those tickets now. That's where the free will comes in. You signed up to learn a lesson of not being a victim. And they're going to give you the choices of how to go about doing that. And once you decide which choice, you go through it with enthusiasm because you chose which way to go. You had full control of it. And then you're at the other side and you realize that's done. Now I can feel comfortable not feeling like a victim. And that voice is gone.
Okay. Again, we can discuss that, and we will discuss that for days and weeks and months if necessary, but it's okay for today.
Yes.
Council of 9 out.
And those higher self out. Oh, Mary Magdalene wants to stay. She'll continue talking to me later. So, okay. Oh. I always get so energized.
Okay.
All right. Well, we want to say thank you to everyone that's here. And like it was said, if you like to continue sending us emails or messages, that would be really good, because then we will have a direction that you may be satisfied with, or that we can bring to the beings and the more celestial beings and have them give you the answers.
Yep.
All right. Thank you all. Have a great night. And again, we love you all. Many blessings. Bye. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Council of 9.